Hey guys, so today I am going to be going over some of the things I'm doing to clean up my dragon fruits so that they're a little less chaotic. Um, they do naturally tend toward a little bit of chaos, so since I have these 4 trellises that I've built that I want them to very elegantly swoop over, I'm going to be doing a few things to help them achieve that. So I have these wooden trellises that I've built, and the idea is that they're gonna grow up and over like this one has done, and then they'll fall over, and at that point I'll let them branch out as much as they want, but until then I want them to just grow straight up and over. So on our way to that goal here, not all of them have grown straight up or been as straightforward as I was hoping for when I set out to do this. So some of them, well, most of them actually, they get heavy and fall over, so I have to keep staking them or attaching them to the center column. I have this tape wrap stuff. It was pretty cheap. It's very easy to use. It honestly, after using it on a lot of things, it may not be the best or most permanent option, but it is very easy to use, so that is why I like it. But let me show you some of the problems I've been encountering. So this one is a very good example. This one grew this new growth, and then it bent, and then while it was hanging over, it decided to grow the tip upwards again, and you can kind of see that here it's got like an elbow. Until I addressed it, it grew into this very strange shape, trying to right itself and get back towards the sun. So what I should have done is addressed it as soon as possible and reattached it to the column so that it wouldn't get that weird shape. And it also has like more of a flat growth here. And I've noticed that some of the younger ones have been growing in that way. Like this other one here, it's a different variety, is more flat right now. So that's very interesting. But this one's been behaving itself. It's been growing straight up. This one here is doing the same. This one I have had absolutely zero problems with. It's grown straight up and over, and it is the first to get over the top. But let me show you some of the things I'm going to be addressing today. So I have this guy here. It has a few different points here coming out. I'm going to take off this one. So what I'll probably do is take this off, and this one will probably be the leader. But they're still so young that I'm not going to mess with it just yet. This one here, I need to actually stake and maybe tie a little bit because it keeps falling over to the left, like that. This guy has a few different growths. I'm probably going to select for this one or that one. And they look kind of sorry looking, actually. Like they got attacked by something. which is strange because they're not that old. I wonder if this just got a little sun blasted. That's probably what happened. So maybe I just need to pay attention to this one and make sure that it's got enough water. Dragon fruit don't need like a ton of water, but they do need water because it's a cactus, but it is a tropical cactus. So I'm probably going to take this one off and then maybe select for this one. Yeah, because you can see the stress that it's sustained, because this growth you would think would get bigger before starting a new one at the tip. So I think this plant has been stressed enough that it decided this is as big as it's going to make this segment, and now it's creating a new one at the tip here. But this one over here, finally, I think it may be because it's in the shade, finally has new growth at the top. But I want to show you the main thing I'm going to address today. It's on these ones over here. So they have been doing very well, growing very prolifically. This Ocamponus has gotten up to the top here. It's got big, beautiful growth. But we have a growth down here that I have been meaning to address for a little while. So this one, like I said, we want to take off the lower growths and allow it to swoop over the trellis and then branch out then. So this one I always intended to take off, and I'm going to use this to propagate a new Ocamponus, and that's the variety, of course. So I am going to take my sterilized shears and come in here, not too close to the plant, and clip that off. And now this cutting, since it's no longer taking energy from the plant is going to probably do much better since it doesn't have to support that big piece. So now it's probably going to thrive and jump over the top there. So let me, before I forget, it is best to label. So next I have this Halley's Comet variety that has been in sore need of staking or tying to the stake here. And it has 2 grows. I think this is probably big enough that I can select for the center one and take off that other one. I might let it grow out a little bit so that I can take it as a pretty good cutting. Maybe I'll do that. But before I tie this up, I want to get this other huge growth next to it out of here. And that is from its neighbor, which is the physical graffiti variety. And it's going to be the same deal as the Ocamponus that I just did. This one is taking quite a lot of energy from the plant. Let me get around the other side so you can see. So we got the plant right here, and instead of growing upwards, it's been growing outwards. So we got this big ol' branch on the side. So I'm going to take this off and select for this. And at the same time, I'm going to pull this off right here. Oh, I got a little thorn in my finger. So I got this piece out of there. And now I'm going to stake this up. And dragon fruit is pretty bendable. They tolerate a lot of bending. So I anticipate that I'm going to be able to get this to attach to the stake pretty easily. Alright, I got this thing saran wrapped to the stake. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is, as these grow, I'm going to remove some of the ties that are no longer necessary because the dragon fruit has kind of stabilized. So I will take it out where I can, where it's no longer necessary. Because in some places I feel like I've had to be a little excessive in tying it down. And I think having it over top of it can, in some cases, restrict the way it grows negatively. So it's something I'm keeping an eye on. And being attacked by a bee. Yeah. So it's something I'm keeping an eye on and will make adjustments as I see that they may be needed. But I still gotta address the stuff going on in that other one. Alright, so this is the San Ignacio variety. I'm gonna take off this one and then get this segment to be more or less parallel with the stake. So I'll get started. So again, when you take off these segments, you don't want to do it too close to the base. You want to leave a little bit on there, because otherwise you're going to be cutting into the segment that it's coming off of. You don't want that. So there we go. And this one is a particularly pokey one. Alright, each one kind of presents its own unique set of challenges, but made it through. All of them are staked for the moment. I think what I need to do is keep a closer eye on them so that they don't get away from me like some of these other ones have, and make sure I'm keeping them properly staked. So yeah, that's just a little bit of maintenance on the dragon fruit trellises. So hopefully that was some helpful demonstrations and food for thought in properly staking your dragon fruit and addressing different issues with them. I definitely let some of these grow a bit too long before coming back along and staking them up, so I need to keep a closer eye on them. But yeah, that's that for today.